welcome back to the Manic Mechanic Budget Workshop. Alright guys, welcome back to the Manic Mechanic Budget Workshop build. Today, we're hanging everything up on the wall.
Whoa. You're not going to acknowledge the last video? So, in summary, what I wanted to do was try a couple of different styles. So I tried a silent video. I was relatively happy with the result, but today we're going to try a voiceover. So, let's see how that looks. Alright, so first things first, we're going to hang up my bike jack. This is a tool that I use quite a lot, so it needs to be easily accessible and relatively easy to get off the wall. Whilst I'm getting on with this, I'm going to use this opportunity to apologise for some of the footage in this video. I was far more focused with getting stuff up on the wall, and I wasn't paying enough attention to where the cameras were and what they were doing, so some of these shots are a little bit interesting. Right, so what I've been doing here is cutting out a couple of blocks. These are going to serve to make some little L-shaped brackets to hang some stuff on the wall. We're going to start with the power drill. As it turns out, I find out here that it's far easier to screw stuff in with a screw bit instead of a drill bit. There it is, you can see the first one up on the wall. That holds the back of the power drill as I'm about to demonstrate, and the front of the power drill is just held up with one of the larger L-shaped screws. So here I'm making another two brackets for the drill that I am currently holding. The only difference here is I added some stops at the end to avoid them falling off. Decided that they were too long, so I took them off. You can see them there. I didn't like the stops, so as you can see I removed them. For the batteries, a little bit of a hardware combo. Quite happy with that solution, and you can see the final result for the drill there. For the circular saw, I completely forgot to turn on the GoPro to film the making of the two little mounts. On video, I'll admit they look quite good, they look relatively professional, but in real life they're nowhere near symmetrical. And then I did exactly the same thing for the planer. So the piece of metal that you're seeing me use right now, the little U-shape, it's the spacer that was holding that blue pallet together, the one I dismantled to make the middle section. I thought it'd be quite a good way to reuse them. I thought it was quite a handy little recycling project. what's in the bag, I hear nobody ask. Well, that's my little soldering kit. I found it easier just to hang the whole thing up rather than take everything out and hang all the little bits. This video is proudly sponsored by My Butt. No, sorry guys, this is one of those terrible camera angles. Essentially what I'm doing here is I'm starting to hang up the metal saw, some spare blades and the spirit level. Well, this is just another little section where I forgot to turn on the GoPro. You can see that in the interim I've just hung up some spanners and the adjustable wrench. Right, so you can see me hanging up the screwdrivers here with a little eyelet, and well, it didn't turn up very well, to be fair. You'll see later on in the project that I redid this part. I didn't film it, but I do a similar project further on in the video, so I'll show you that. Whilst we're at it, let's kick the music up a notch. Right, here you can see my solution to the screwdriver problem. I've essentially just taken a plank of wood, drilled a bunch of holes through them, and that way they don't wiggle about. And then I left a little bit of spare space on that shelf to keep stuff like my Allen keys and a couple of screwdriver bit sets that I had lying around. So just whilst I'm watching myself hang up this breaker bar, I'm relatively happy with where it is. It looks good, but I'll admit since I've been using it, it's been a bit of a pain because it hits all the screwdrivers as they try and come out. And on this next shot, now that I see it, you can also see that I forgot to film me putting up those boxes. Just a bunch of car fuses, washers, nuts, bolts, and a couple of specialised drill bits. Alright, here's another prime example of some Manic Mechanic camera work. I apologise for the cable that you're currently seeing through your screen. Okay, so here's that similar project I was talking about. This is for those little wire brushes that you can see that I use either on my Dremel or on my electrical drill. And similar project, just measuring out the spacing, drilling out a bunch of holes, and really nothing much more to it. So this little foam pad I'm putting up now came straight out of a toolbox, and I was going to dismantle it all and put it up there, but in the end, most of the time you're working with sockets, I find that you pick a socket out of your wall, you take it over, and then you realise, oh, I need to size up. So it's far easier to be able to just take the whole thing off the wall, take it to wherever I'm working. That, and I would quite like it to be able to go back into the box. I do occasionally do some jobs off-site, so to speak, like go over and tweak up someone's car. I was recently doing some oils on a Land Rover, and it's handy to be able to take the key tools off the wall and take them off with me. Right, so that's it for putting stuff up on the wall. As you can see, the workshop is in dire need of a bit of a clean up, bit of a tidy up. So I'll show you that as time lapsed as possible, give you a bit of an outro, and call it a day. Right here, then, let's give you one sneak peek at the end result. So this is the current state of the workshop. I mean, that back wall's looking amazing. Big fan of that. Delighted with that work. And then, I mean, the bench isn't looking too bad. I want to use those blocks back there to lift it up a bit. Yeah, it's all been cleaned out. Nothing's been touched. I need to get rid of some of that stuff. I'm going to hang some of these up here for easy access. And then this is probably in the next video. That's an absolute state I need to fix up. Probably dismantle the rest of those pallets so it's easier to store. And that's about it. So if you did like the video, as always, subscribe, like it. And stay tuned for the next part. We'll do some finishing touches and then get down to that paint I mentioned in the last video 2 weeks ago. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Stay tuned. Why are you still here? That's it. The video's over. Leave. Go watch something else.